So I remember this time where I started working on my social skills because I'd been struggling so badly for a while. And people started coming up to me saying, "Wow, you've changed so much. You're almost like a new person." But there was this party going on at the time, and I still wasn't invited. That's when I remembered something from a little while ago that my dad taught me, that first impressions stick for a very long time and they're very hard to break. But I still managed to do it because I went on holidays, and it was like the 2 month long summer holiday, and all I was doing was going out with my friends. I know that I changed as a person that holiday. That was like the biggest social growth of my entire life. And when I came back, the guy who didn't invite me to his party, all of a sudden he's super friendly with me. I speak to him. It didn't happen immediately, but I changed myself. So if you want to know how to do that, click the link in the description because I have a course fully detailing that. It's super good. But I'm going to give you some free advice today on how you can have a great social life outside of school. And the first thing that I realized was this concept. You need to hit the reset button more. I hit this button one time when I went to this party. I knew nobody there except one guy. When I got there, I did the same things that I would normally do at school. I smiled at everybody, I introduced myself, I made jokes. But I know that this is a party environment, but I felt like it was so much easier to meet new people. That night, I met this girl I quite liked, and I went on a date with her the next day. Everything flowed into place this night, and it made me realize hitting the reset button is the most powerful thing that you can do, and it's fully available to you. It's not like the only people you can meet are the ones in your school. There's millions and millions of people. Even if you're in a small town, because that's where I grew up in Hong Kong, you could still meet people entirely new friend groups that you've never spoken to before, even in such a small place where every single teenager who's an international student knows each other. There's this other thing that you really need to understand, bro. If you really want to break free from this mindset that, oh, people don't like me, you need to understand this. Have you ever spoken to an adult and said, "What do you think about teenagers?" I have spoken to a lot. Every single one of them looks down on teenagers. Why do they look down on teenagers? Why does every single person in society look down on this age group? Probably because most of them are stupid. I'm sure that there's great teenagers, amazing people, but there's a lot of dicks. People hated me, and I could have said, like, when that happened to me and people were mean to me, I could have gone, "Oh, that means that I'm a shit person." And I did a little bit because you can't help it. But at the back of my mind, I knew the logic that my dad explained to me. He explained, yeah, people are dicks when they're younger. Teenagers aren't reliable. I knew the logic even though I had a lack of belief. And just remembering this and speaking to more people about it helped me to realize that all of this negative feedback, all of these people who don't like me, when I'm not getting treated well, none of it mattered. Understanding that is what helped me break free from it. Because imagine if I looked at that and I went, "Oh, that means I'm a horrible person." And this is where this analogy that I used really helped me understand what was going on. When you're at school, it's like everything negative you do is times 10 multiplied. Everything positive you do is still regular, but everything negative is times 10. So let's say you wear like old shoes. Some dick's gonna go, "Oh, hey, those shoes are a bit gray." Or somebody's gonna make a joke about the dumbest thing. "Oh, your shirt's a bit crinkly today," and then everyone will laugh at you. And so when you do something like, oh, you answer a question and it was wrong, and then somebody laughs at you, you're going to think, "Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, this is so bad." But realistically, it's just because you're a teenager in high school. So everything's on 10x. When you're in the workplace, nobody laughs at you. In fact, everybody nowadays is very soft and very like sensitive, except teenagers. So I don't think you're going to get made fun of anywhere else in the world. There is something that is true though. If you're the kind of guy that's getting made fun of in school, it doesn't mean you're a shit person. It doesn't mean that you deserve that. But it's a signal that you're not the guy that teenagers respect. That's fine. That's completely fine. But I think I've realized how. Actually, I know I've realized how. Because whenever I speak to anybody about somebody that we respect, they always have these three things. They have social skills, so they're really fun to be around. They speak to a lot of people. Those are for the really popular guys. And then the other thing that they have is they're really good at sports. Or they're just super jacked. But mainly in Australia, if you're really good at footy, you just clean up. Like, it's just easy. Like, the way you walk through life, you get invited to every party, every single guy wants to be like you, and everybody comes to watch your footy matches because footy is so popular. So that's what I've realized. If you get those two things, I guarantee people will like you. But I understand that social skills is super hard. I know you can just go get jacked. Just start going to the gym. Just stop turning up to more trainings. That's how you get better at sports. I know that you know that. But I know that you're struggling with social skills. Otherwise, you wouldn't have watched all the way into this video. And that's why I've made a course with every single thing I know from 4 years of thinking about this autistically, from growing up in Hong Kong and then moving to Australia. Whenever I'm in new places, I find it easy to meet people. I was in UK, I fit in super well when I was at a wedding. I have gone to so many places and I'm very lucky to have that. And I don't want that to go to waste. That's why I made this super detailed course, which is what I wish I had. Because everybody's advice online is rubbish, mate. It's absolute garbage. It's like, imagine if you were playing Minecraft and you searched up, oh, how do I get stone? Or how do I beat the Ender Dragon? And imagine if the advice online was jump in the lava. There might be a small odd that you actually jump in the lava thinking that's how you spawn in the end and you defeat the Ender Dragon. But imagine if you actually jumped in the lava. You're just going to lose all your stuff and have to restart. This is the advice that's online. The advice that's online is the equivalent of just jump in the lava. It's destructive. It makes you think that you need to perform to make friends. You need to be the super awesome dude. I hate all of the advice online. I've never found a single life-changing piece of advice. If you've watched all the way to the end of this video, I strongly recommend you get this course. But I hope you have a great day, bro. Subscribe. There's way more good content on here. Have a good one, mate.